Message did old President dog shit give to Tiny Tim right before Christmas. Hey, what's up, President?
Throughout the summer, Democrats cruelly blocked COVID relief legislation.
Throughout the entire summer?
In an effort to advance their extreme left-wing agenda.
Extreme left-wing agenda to take care of the coronavirus?
And influence the election.
Oh.
Then, a few months ago, Congress started negotiations on a new package to get urgently needed help to the American people. It's taken forever. However, the bill they are now planning to send back to my desk is much different than anticipated.
So it's a total disgrace because, you know, there's the 3 martini lunch tax breaks. He's not going to mention those. How come? Oh, yeah, because that's for his fucking rich friends. And then we got $30 million going to war with Venezuela. He don't mention that either. Donald also forgets to mention $1.3 billion we're going to give to the Egyptian military. $500 million we're going to give to Israel so they could go ahead and kill all those baby Jesuses in Bethlehem. Oh, yeah, fantastic Christmas, Tiny Tim. Fantastic. Merry Xmas. So this is Christmas in Bethlehem, oh little town of Bethlehem, how still we see the light. So $25 million to combat, to go to war against the Asian carp. So we're going to war against the Asian carp, going to war against the Palestinians, going to war with the Egyptian peasants, going to go to war with the socialism. In Venezuela, are we going to kill the socialism in Venezuela? Is that what $30 million is going to? We're going to get the idea. We're going to get the idea and get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of Venezuela. I don't believe you're against dictatorship because you gave $1.3 billion to the Egyptian military.
It really is a disgrace. For example, among the more than 5,000 pages in this bill, which nobody in Congress has read because of its length and complexity, it's called
5,500 pages. Nobody has read the motherfucking thing, so why is everybody pushing for this piece of shit to sign it? I heard David Perdue, the fucking senator out of Georgia, pushed him to do it. Lindsey Graham, Kevin McCarthy, and David Perdue. David Perdue was able to convince Donald Trump to sign the bill that he just called a disgrace not 1 or 2 days prior. Why? Well, I mean, because he's President Dog Shit. So President Dog Shit said, here's a bill that's dog shit, and then the day after signs the bill because President Dog Shit is dog shit, so therefore he would sign a dog shit bill because that's the, you know.
Called the COVID relief bill, but it has almost nothing to do with COVID. This bill contains $85.5 million for assistance to Cambodia. $134 million.
$85 million to Cambodia.
To Burma.
Burma.
$1.3 billion.
How much did Burma get?
$85.5 million for assistance to Cambodia. $134 million to Burma.
$134 million to Burma.
$1.3 billion for Egypt and the Egyptian military.
$1.3 billion to Egypt and the Egyptian $1.3 billion to Egypt and their military,
which will go out and buy almost exclusively Russian military equipment.
Why the fuck would anybody sign
$5 million for democracy and gender programs in Pakistan.
Oh.
$505 million to Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala.
Why are we giving
Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama. $40 million for the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., which is not even open for business. $1 billion for the Smithsonian, and an additional $154 million for the National Gallery of Art. Likewise, these facilities are essentially not open. $7 million for reef fish management. $25 million to combat Asian carp.
$25 million to combat Asian carp? Are we being invaded by the carp?
$2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the...
$2.5 million? You know what? I always wanted to know that how many fucking amberjack fish are in the Gulf of Mexico. So hopefully we'll figure it out with that
Gulf of Mexico
kind of money.
A provision to promote the breeding of fish in federal hatcheries, $3 million in poultry production technology, $2 million to research the impact of down trees, $566 million for construction projects at the FBI. The bill also allows stimulus checks for the family members of illegal aliens, allowing them to get up to $1,800 each. This is far more.
He's giving out checks to illegal aliens?
Despite all of this wasteful spending and much more, the $900 billion package provides hardworking taxpayers with only $600 each in relief payments. And not enough money is given to small businesses, and in particular restaurants, whose owners have suffered so grievously. They were only given a deduction for others to use in business their restaurant for 2 years.
It's unbelievable.
This 2-year period must be withdrawn, which will allow the owners to obtain financing and get their restaurants back.
Why would the Democrats do this to us?
Congress can terminate it at a much later date, but 2 years is not acceptable. It's not enough. Congress found plenty of money for foreign countries, lobbyists, and special interests, while sending the bare minimum to the American people who need it. It wasn't their fault. It was China's fault.
It wasn't my fault.
Not their fault. I am asking Congress to amend this bill and increase the ridiculously low $600 to $2,000 or $4,000 for a couple. I'm also asking Congress to immediately get rid of the wasteful and unnecessary items.
Good. More common. This is all common sense.
To send me a suitable bill, or else the next administration will have to deliver a COVID relief package, and maybe that administration will be me, and we will get it done. Thank you very much.
So he already passed it, so I guess we're not going to wait for the next administration to get it done. And that means, I guess, Biden is president. Anyways.
Peace.